never chase opportunities. Let it come to you by creating value and building rare skill set. Said by Joanne Larson. Good morning to one and all present here. The opportunity and the knowledge to develop and strengthen the necessary skills to gain, to maintain, and advancement in career is what an individual aspire for. Amidst this global pandemic, the tourism academia may reflect numerous challenges with emerging role of information and communication technology in tourism studies, as well as the need to accomplish the prerequisites of tourism industry with skilled and competent labor force to confront declining quality of human resource, shortage of skilled laborers in tourism industry are some of the grueling global scenario which need to be addressed. Communication, teamwork, positive attitude and professionalism are some of the most important skills need to be inculcated for a tourism management students, for which practical exposure is must. Keeping in view the present setup, acquiring internship training for tourism management students during this pandemic is a great challenge. Considering this fact, we, the Department of Tourism and Travel Management, Jyoti Nivas College Autonomous is organizing 2 days national workshop for our future tourism professionals addressing the theme Public Sector in Skill Enhancement of Tourism Students, Prospects and Challenges of Internship Training. It has always been a custom at Jyoti Nivas to start an occasion by invoking God's blessings through the ceremonious lighting of the lamp. We are delighted to have the gracious presence of a dynamic par excellence and a great visionary, Dr. Sister Lalita Thomas, our beloved principal. Now, I request dear sister for lighting the lamp to commence this event, which will be followed by sister's address.
Good morning, my dear friends. It's a very happy day once again for me and for you. Considering the Travel and Tourism Department, for me, it is the most happiest department because they are always on the move in their mind, in their thoughts, and in what they do. So whatever you're going to do today, it is in keeping with your travel movements, your plans, your organizing events in future. So you're getting ready to set yourself on the right track with a positive spirit. And we have a dynamic resource person here. I can see her, this Trulia. A warm welcome to you. And I think we will gain a lot of information from you on skills that is necessary today for our students and the challenges that they are facing with regard to their internship. Well, as you are facing on challenges, I would again remind you, my dear students, this is the most happiest department. So keep that in mind all the time. And when you tell yourself that this is the most happiest department that you have joined, automatically, unconsciously, a smile spreads on your face. When you smile, your lips go up. And it is said that when you smile and your worries comes down. So your worries, your challenges will not overpower you. Instead, your challenges will actually make you stronger, more committed, more confident. So let's face challenges with this attitude. So keep smiling as students of travel and tourism and fine-tune your EQ, that is your emotional intelligence, emotional quotient. That's most important for this industry. And to put it in a very simpler way, it is be very pleasing as much as possible. Pleasing person, which means you're not going to, it's not a kind of favoring somebody, but you're actually favoring yourself. Pleasing manners, it is said. And what you need for this pleasing manners, simple thing is to say good morning, to greet people, to smile, to say thank you, to say sorry, to ask, can I help you? So to be also proactive, you take the first initiative to interact with people, to find out their needs and help them with all that they need with such joy and enjoy what you do. So keep this in mind as you go through the session today with our young, dynamic, energetic resource person, Vishrolia, that you will also fine tune your EQ, your emotional quotient. Wish you all the very best and God bless you. I wish the Department of Travel and Tourism have much more sessions like this with such young, dynamic persons to enhance our students and make them future ready. I also want to share with you one small incident, but it's a very big experience in my life. A few years back, I had gone to Bhubaneswar for a conference. And after a conference, I had decided to travel to have a one-day sightseeing of the Sun Temple and other places. So I went, I said, I'm not taking any private vehicle, but I would go to the tourism department. So I went to the tourism department of Bhubaneswar, and it so happened I was the first one who arrived there at the office, and they said, wait. And after me, another 3 persons. So for the day, for the whole day, there were only 4 persons, to start off with. And so I thought myself for a moment, will they organize a trip for just 4 of us? Is it not going to be expensive, or will they be charging me more than what I have just paid? It was less than few hundreds only had paid. But then, for my surprise, pleasant surprise, they arranged a smaller vehicle where comfortably 4 of us journeyed and we enjoyed. And I had a good driver who came and who also dropped me back, which is not his due. Okay. And he said, sister, I do it because I simply enjoyed the journey with you all today. And that was a pleasant experience. And I really admire and appreciate the travel and tourism. I wish our travel and tourism departments everywhere in India is of similar disposition to all those who come in to see places and make them feel really good and leave with a lasting experience. So wish you all the best once again. Do well in your Department of Travel and Tourism because you are the backbone of India's economy. So keep shining. God bless you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sister, for your inspiring message. I take this opportunity and privilege to introduce our speaker of the day, Ms. Gopi Vishrolia. Ms. Gopi holds a master's degree in MBA Finance, a young, enthusiastic, and motivated tourism professional, a trainer heading the Karnataka branch of Tourism Corporation of Gujarat Limited. She has represented Gujarat tourism in various national and international platforms, a recipient of Young Achievers Award for her wonderful contribution to tourism industry, with a motto, let flourish together to sell incredible experiences, not just mere a product. On behalf of Jyoti Nivas College community, principal, and the Department of Tourism and Travel Management, I welcome you, Ms. Gopi. We are happy to receive overwhelming response from the students community all over the country. I would like to welcome all the students from all over the country to this August event. Hope you all will have enriching experience. Now, I hand over the session to the resource person.
Good morning, everyone. I am Gopi Vishrolia from Gujarat, but posted in Bangalore, a little weird combination. Before I start anything, I would thank Lalita sister and Anila ma'am for initiating such a good concept of workshop. workshop, it doesn't mean that you have to do practical things. Okay, today I'm not going to show you any presentation or no posters are there. Nothing is going to be, you just have to listen and understand like how even the government is working. That is the main thing. Second, the thing is today is a very auspicious day for Gujarat tourism because it's the foundation day of Gujarat tourism, that is 1st September, and we are successfully completed 43 years. So kudos to that. And this is a very coincidence because when Anila ma'am had proposed me to do a workshop, at that time I was like, ma'am, after 31st, you can arrange any of the dates. I'll be back to Bangalore because I was on official tour. And then she coincidentally selected the date was 1st September and 2nd September. And today when I just informed her that today it's our foundation day, so before your session starts, I think we had a very good Zoom party because we successfully completed 43 years, and it's a very proud moment for us. And I think from past 2 years, we are achieving good goals for promoting youth, especially youth. So this is the thing. And today's session, we would be explaining you how this government works with the other private companies and how this tourism industry works when it comes down to Ministry of Tourism, or rightly known as Incredible Tourism, or state government tourism boards. And today morning it coincidentally happened that Anila ma'am's effort and the whole team efforts, we got calls from every tourism board, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, that ma'am, you are going very good and you're showing us so much of interest for the youth, and best wishes for the session. You know, this is a very proud moment for a college, because reaching to such a level of tourism boards, promoting this kind of workshops, it's very appreciated. You know, this is like, if a college is so proactive and dynamic, I think students would be the best of everyone. That is for sure. And heads off to the efforts, to the publicity, to the marketing, to the efforts, what they have done. I mean, really good. And it's a pleasure for me that I am going to take a workshop for 2 days. So coming down to the point, let me just give a small introduction about me. I had started my career as an intern with the Gujarat Tourism. It's a very weird thing, but yes, I had started my career with Gujarat Tourism internship. And that was of 11 months. I was doing my master's in finance, and I was appointed as finance executive. After 11 months, I had a compulsion of 11 months of internship. Okay, and then I had to learn how the government organization works when it comes down to accounts and finance. I successfully completed, and then they proposed me that, you know, if I wish to join as an executive and continue with the Gujarat tourism. And yeah, I was like, okay, but then again, it's not that easy to get inside the government also. You had to study, I had to like give interviews, I had to give exams. And finally, after the internship also, like after almost 6 months, I suppose, and I had lost that hope. Okay, government is not my plate, but today you can see where I am sitting, from a finance executive to an operational head of Karnataka. Yes, it's not that easy to be a part of government. Definitely, private may I think you can just shift to another company, or you can do. But when you are in government, and if you understand, you know, the importance or the roots for any tourism industry or any industry you can take, the roots is always a government body. No one else can take that place. That is for sure. But when you are known as a root of any process, or you know, any transactions or any events or something, the main responsibility of our is to give the accuracy in information, to give a proper you know, content to a proper resource. This all things matters, which we are going to learn one by one. And after that, I actually got passed and I joined. I still remember 1st July was my joining date, and successfully have completed 7 years in Gujarat tourism. No other company, so that is again an achievement for me. None of the awards are achievement, but I think when I say that I have completed successfully 7 years, and this government body has given me so much of learning, you know, instead of seeing that what I can achieve in private, I have just seen how I can grow myself. Government always makes an internal growth first. When you come down to public sector, you can go to public banks, you can go to organizations, you can go to any departments. Every department, it can be finance, it can be tourism, it can be any departments, you know. it always gives you a feedback. It always makes you grow instead of, going through that one laptop. No, you can't sit at one place. I personally can't sit at one place and just be like doing my computer and then go back like 6 to 7 job. I can't do that. But instead, if you are in tourism, we are very lucky to be in an industry where it's, the Lalita ma'am just rightly said, it's the happiest department, it's the happiest place. And tourism, it's not concerned with selling the tour packages. It's about selling the experience. First, you go, explore the place, come back, and then you sell it. So that is the thing. And after that, after 2 years or something, very frankly, like today, I'll just disclose this one secret. I had a very good offer from Oracle as a finance executive. And I was like, okay, love, let's go to Bangalore. And, finance was my passion, was really my, until date, I always keep my passion always there. But then my MD, sir, Sanjay Kaul was the MD at that time. He is presently with the Kerala state. So he just asked me like, why you want to, we can just promote you. You take a training of the operation head, and then you can continue over there. So I was still, because we are young blood, we always have this dilemma. Okay, what if Oracle people at the last moment, they won't, give us the job or something. I was like, okay, that was really kind of a decision that, okay, let me just try. So I was like, okay, I went under 6 to 7 months of training. Half the operations can be done. For me, only finance was this thing. But I think that was a turning point for me when I learned public speaking, when I learned how to do marketing, how to do sales, how actually government works, actually how tourism board works. This all things I actually learned at the moment when I went under a training of 6 months. I was working with different departments. I was working with different people to understand, how to carry or how to start the operations in state of Karnataka. Because the first thing would be the language barrier, the first thing. So this all things went off, and right now, if you can see, I am the operational head. Legally, I am the operational head because I had this passion to learn something new. I gave my best efforts to reach this place. Again, we also have to pass few exams. We also have to pass few interviews. But if you are ready to do it, I think everything is on your plate. Everything. Now talking about Gujarat tourism. Gujarat tourism is a state tourism board. So there is a Ministry of Tourism, Incredible India, what we call, and then there are different tourism boards. I think I'll ask the students today, how many of you would be also knowing how many tourism boards are there in India? Try to find it out. These are the things, you should know before you get down in, as a tourism student. Second was, there are offices across India. We have in Gujarat, but we also have outside of Gujarat. So why we have different branches, we are not a private company, but why we keep offices in different parts of the country? We have total 17 information bureau that are rightly known as the branches of Gujarat tourism across India. If you go to any state, the nearby office person, for example, I'll give you example that there is a branch in Kolkata, but they serve to the East India as well. They also do road shows, travel and tourism meets over there. Now, these are all the events where we try to grab the private players of the industry. We educate them about our state. First thing is educational again, as I am educating you today about how the department works. Even we educate the private players. This is our prime duty to do. In first expecting from someone to get business in our state, we always wish that you guys should know how a public sector works. So for that, the Kolkata is the nearest branch and they would be helping all the East India. You can take Mizoram. We had last roadshow in Mizoram. You can just Google it. Every roadshow or travel meet would be, we just do it aggressively marketing. We aggressively go there, go door to door and find out the private players because they're very less awareness about Gujarat tourism having a branch or they are helping out in a kind of this is a kind source to increase the tourism. This was before COVID also and after COVID also. We are doing the same thing from day one. It was named as Gujarat Tourism Board. So why we do this? It's because awareness is very important. Second is accurate information. Why we keep branches across India? There are many frauds happening. If you have heard, there are many frauds. Private company, they'll book your slots or they'll book all the packages, they take the money, but then no one turns up. But if you are educated about a particular destination or about how to go, when to travel, recently, I think you guys are youngsters over here sitting in front of me today. Everyone would be knowing travel blogging. Yes, so travel blogging, again, it's nothing else but a part of providing a proper, genuine information about a place. It can be a hotel stay, it can be cab drivers, or it can be the handicraft, it can be anything, about a destination, how to reach there, or everything is mentioned on their blogs according to what category they are belonging. There can be food also. Sometimes it happens like we don't know what is our local cuisine, why that food is provided in that particular region, but why the other state doesn't eat that food. So this all things, when you start learning, I think that is more important. Many of the students would be knowing what's happening in America, how the American Tourism Board works, how the Switzerland tourism works, but they don't know about India. Why? India is a country, even if you have, I think, minimum 3 to 4 births as a human being, then I think you can finish it off. Otherwise, it's one of the best countries to explore, and we have the best facilities, but only thing is we are not able to reach. Now, when we come down to different branches, every branch would be working as the local market or the local private players who are staying there. So they'll be asking the private players to come down if they have any queries related to the tour plans or how to reach, or they're not getting the proper resource to execute their tour plan. We are there to help them out. It doesn't mean that our business is taken by them or their business is taken by us. This doesn't work with Gujarat Tourism. Gujarat Tourism always believe in mutual understanding instead of going to the monetary concept. That should be very clear. I think right now we are working with Karnataka Tourism because it's the host state where we have branch, where I am the operational head. We closely work with the Karnataka Tourism. Now what we work with them, that also you have to understand. Every branch would be working with the host state. Why we have to work? Because until unless we don't respect where we are working, because we're working in the state, right? So when we don't respect them, how come you expect any source of respect that you get from that particular state? So when you respect them, you gain respect. Tourism is all about respecting each other's culture, tradition, their cuisine, their way of living, their festivals. Eventually, when we start exchanging our culture, traditions, festivals, food, or anything, whatever comes on your plate, that is where your tourism starts. That is where your tourism starts. Respect every religion, respect every festival, because it is eventually their celebrations. When you become a part of other celebrations, it doubles up your celebrations. Rightly we say that if you share your happiness with someone else, it increases, because you get so many people who are happy because of you, because their loved ones will get happy. So this is the same formula what we use for tourism. And why Gujarat Tourism is especially promoting, I would say, the youth, because especially during the COVID times, last COVID, I was the only person from, I think, across India who had started an initiative. We had started a campaign from Karnataka state. It was known as Kahani Gujarat Ki, straight from Karnataka. There were travel bloggers, there were private players, where we promoted at no cost. The whole campaign was non-monetary. It's non-monetary. I had personally started learning how to edit videos, how to make graphics, how to make posters. And we had together, you can also look down to my YouTube channel. I had started my YouTube channel where all this, the campaign videos were released. So this all things I had learned, I had started. You won't believe this campaign resulted after 6 months, okay? Never ever expect that in tourism you'll get results on the spot. It is always after a period of time. When the results were outcome, these people right now are having a level of respect they have earned from the other tourism boards, as well as they have started earning their own source, because COVID is again where the whole tourism market was crashed. But because of that campaign, the way we have published that campaign, the way we have, released all the videos across India, it gave them good amount of publicity. It gave them good amount of eye contact, I would say, because, there were people who are such stable companies, the huge companies, you won't believe it, but they don't have awareness in different parts of the country. They would be having awareness like, okay, for example, I'll take XYZ company is of Karnataka, but they have visibility in the state, but they don't have visibility outside the state. So here we took an initiative to publish not only in Gujarat or not only in Karnataka, we asked them to publish these videos across India. So imagine if we are taking such great initiatives to promote other people with no concern of monetary terms or with no concern of anything. We are just concerned that, okay, right now we are the parents of the private players or of the students or of anyone. And if we are being parents, I think your parents would be also taking care of you, no matter what the struggle is going on. But when parents take a responsibility, okay, my kid shouldn't suffer. So that what is Gujarat Tourism is doing it. Right now we are just trying to promote tourism in a new way, in whatever ways you come and propose to us. We have also done 48 hours non-stop international conference that is known as Unite 2020. You can just Google it, Unite 2020. I was the only girl and others were males, and we were the only tourism board to be available 48 hours continuously. That was, I think, in month of November, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember. You can just find it out on my this thing. So that was also there. Why we have to do? See, already Gujarat Tourism is a brand name because of PM sir or because of Amitabh Bachchan sir. Why we have to promote? We don't have to promote, but when we have something, why can't we give it to others for their betterment? And this is what tourism is about. Grow together. My motive is to let's flourish together. It's not like, okay, I will be going first, you come later on. No, it shouldn't be this. It should be equality. It should be very, very equal for everyone, the thing. And then talking about now coming down to back to my profile, like what exactly we do in state of Karnataka, why we have branches. We have branches because there are many exhibitions which goes at local level, for example, at the state level or at the city level or town level. Here, we just try to go, understand their festivals, understand that events, and be a participant over there. Now, this brings a huge amount of patience first thing, because you are just unaware about all these things. Okay, sometimes it comes down and it is like, okay, we just don't know why. For example, in Karnataka, Dashera is kind of a New Year celebrations for them, but for us, being a Gujarati, I'm a typical Guju. In Gujarati, we have Diwali and then we have New Year. That is a celebration for us. So when initially I had joined the state, I was very much amazed, like, okay, Dashera is celebrated in such a great way here, especially the Mysore. And I had an opportunity to even work with the Maharaja of Mysore. So that was again, and because of one of the road shows, I'll come to that topic also. So I'm just going to share a few incidents or few events with you guys where you will understand that half workshop or half the internship is helpful to you when you come down to the government organizations. And even it's not like that, okay, it's a personal choice again if you wish to do internship with us or not, but even we do have contacts with the private people. There are few students who will come and request us, okay, ma'am, we want to do for XYZ company. So we are also available for that option also. But why you should do internship and all the things, I think tomorrow also we are going to continue with the same topic. So coming down to the operations back, we have to take care about the sales. We have to take care about the finance and accounts. We also take care about the events happening in the city. So you have to be very updated. And my major duty is, you guys call me 24/7. Anytime you can give me a call, I will receive. It can be midnight. It can be early morning. It can be the working hours. We always receive the calls. This is our prime duty, because when you're in tourism, you should be available 24/7. If you are not available, make sure you have a substitute who takes care of the organization. That is a very, very important thing when you should learn it. It can be private, it can be government, it doesn't matter. When you are in tourism, you should be available 24 by 7. You should have wherever you are, designation sitting down or as an intern or as in what we say at a higher designated level. You should be available 24 by 7. If I call right now to my MD, he's an IS officer. Okay, all the MDs are IS officers, secretaries are IS officer. Whenever I call them, if they are not available, I'll get the contact of their secretary, like whatever messages I have to pass. This is how it works. You have to be very, very punctual. You have to be on time. We meet ministers and everyone. We have opportunity to work with them. We also have opportunities to train the new admissions in IS officer academies. Okay, this is because of Maharaja sir, what I talked about Mysore. So we had a event that's known as travel and tourism meet, rightly known as road shows. So it doesn't mean that we go on the roads and explain, no, but it's rightly named as, it's a corporate name as known as road shows. It means that's travel and tourism meet. Here we invite all the tourism associations in the particular city. For example, right now we are talking about Mysore. So we had taxi association, we had travel agent, we had tourism association, we also had guide association, we had skull management, that is also again an international level association of Mysore. And we had other tour operators who are based out in Mysore. And then we just explain them about Gujarat. And then we ask them to, try the local cuisine. For example, Gujarati, Gathia Fafada, I think everyone knows this. And I just hope everyone is sitting with their breakfast. So, okay, so Gathia, Fafada, Dokla, we'll keep this. And before they start the food, we'll explain them that why gathia is being eaten or why dhokla is being made in that particular region. When you start learning the minor things about a particular state, that is where your tourism grows. For example, here we get this Mysore Pak. Why they make Mysore Pak? Why we don't get in other regions of the country? Why it is very famous over here? So this all things, Dharwad na Peda, that is a very small town in nearby to Hubli, if I'm not wrong. So these are the things which you need to learn. Why only in Dharwad we get this, or why it is named as Dharwad na Peda? These all things are a part of tourism. And coming back to the point, we had this meeting around, and it was about to start at 11 o'clock, 11 to 12:30, and then I had to leave back for Bangalore. You guys won't believe, I got a call from Mysore Maharaja, and His Highness, I would say, he just called me at 10:30 from the office. The secretary, the PA called up, and then he's like, "Ma'am, you have to come up." I'm like, I am very grateful that Maharaja Highness have called me up, and I'll come. But can I just postpone for 2 hours because already I'm about to start my travel and tourism meet in Mysore. So we had no contacts with Mysore Maharaja, but the way we were promoting, it reached till the Mysore Maharaja, and then he even got to know, because I don't have any contacts in the royal families or that political background in that area. I do have in Bangalore, but I don't have over there. And this was very unexpected call for us to understand. So he's like, no, if Maharaja calls, you have to come. There is no other option. So I was like, okay, now what to be done? Because at that day we had 96 participants. 96. There was no general public. Okay, they are MDs of the private company, or they are from the KSTDC, or they are from the Jungle Lodges staff was there. Every person was important for me in that event, and that was the first time we were doing a travel and tourism meet in Mysore. So I just explained to the people, I took a permission and I left for Maharaja, and you won't believe the love, the support, the the excitement of promoting tourism was so great, He eventually started asking me the questions, like, ma'am, आपने रणोत्सव के बारे में डाला था, ma'am, you had also uploaded for the handicraft of Kutch, and they are very much interested into all these cultural things. I was so amazed because very few people know what is Ranotsav, but when he asked me all these questions, I was like very amazed, and he was also planning for Statue of Unity, and eventually they have exploded, very, very nice, and it was a Very pleasure meeting with them. It was unexpected, but it's very pleasure meeting to with them. Guys, you won't believe I had to finish my session by 12:30. I actually came to the back to the venue after the Maharaja meet. I came back at 12:30. I had to reach back to Bangalore. But the support, what you get from the local board, that guys had to wait for me. I am nothing in front of them. Nothing, because they are all at this position and I was like, okay, very young. I was really very young and they are very seniors to me in that terms. And I always keep learning. You shouldn't be this, okay, I can't learn. Okay, I'm sitting at this position. I don't want to learn. No, I keep learning from them, because what private people works down, the cycle, what they work, have to earn, have to do sales, have to do marketing, have to do promotions. Private person can teach you at its best, at its best. And after this, I think I came back and I just say sorry and everyone and I had this standing, they clap for me. They were like so happy that if Maharaja can call you, why can't we wait for 1.5 hours for you? So this is what you get when you respect their culture, when you respect them. This is what support you get it from the local end. After that, we have almost done 3 to 4 meetings, and every time I go to Mysore, I make sure that everyone, whoever had attended on that day, I go and personally meet them, because that amount of love and support what I got from them was truly, truly, it was an incredible. I had no words for that. After this, we came back, everything was fine. And after that, we started getting from the other cities and towns. For example, we recently did with Hubli. Everyone was, and yeah, now coming to the one point last, but there will be people who will be stopping you from doing many things. Tourism is kind of a, there are always good things, there are always bad things. So there will be people who will be stopping you, who will be like, oh, why you want to do travel, and it's a wastage of money, this, that. The challenge for me was, why can't we do it? It's not being about we can't do it. You just have to find your own way how you will do it. That is, if you learn this thing, it is amazed. So for Hubli, Dharwad, that was our last roadshow. And then we had in Madikeri. Madikeri is a very small hill station where you don't find tour operators. But guys, you won't believe we had 69 participants. People came down from Mysore. There were 10 people who came down, the tour operators who came down from Mysore. I had the local Gram Panchayat, the Sarpanch, and other 5 committee members of that. I had the coffee board chairman. That lady was so happy that, okay, if tourism board is taking this initiative, why not I can be a part of that. I had the ministers, the local ministers who are the Kurgis over there. I had all the tourism board, the Taxi Association of Madikeri. I had the Kodaku, there is a small district of Kodaku tourism, this thing. When people stop me, eventually when people stop you for doing something, definitely make sure that you make it best of it. It can be 10 people also, but make sure you do it. This was very scary because, even we have pressure. We have pressure from our state heads. We have pressure from our, the Ministry of Tourism. We have every sort of pressure that you have to accomplish a particular task. So when you come down to government, there is more responsibilities for you than comparative to the private sector. That is one thing. Second, I would say that after this, from the Madikeri thing, we had a meeting with the different tourism boards, and we are very soon about to start the inter-exchange of culture and traditions of the state. We are also going to promote their local cuisine. Now, when I went to Madikeri, I had road travel of almost 11 hours road travel. And after that, I had on and on meetings because the next day itself was my event. In that particular time period, we just had 3 hours of sleep, only 3 hours. And yes, I'm talking because I'm a government employee, and government has more work than the other places. Make sure it's not like, oh, government employee, we are very relaxed, we have nothing to worry. No, if you don't work, you will be thrown out, same as the private thing. Okay. And in this time period when I was very busy, but still I wanted to know what is their local thing which they are famous for. You guys won't believe that the dry spices, the Taj Long and whatever we say, clove. It was so good to go there, and very soon we are going to promote their local cuisine soon in a tie-up with the state government, that is my state, Gujarat. And we are going to try to promote the inter-cultural, the inter-tradition, the inter-traditional food, the traditional wear of the madikeri, kurkis. When you go there, I think one more thing what I got to know is the corgis have a compulsion and have in while birth itself they'll be very passionate about hockey. They represent this hockey passion, and hockey is a national game of India. So this were the things which made me so happy that when people will stop you, I think when you get more into it, you'll get to know more about a particular place and how you can work together. And there are no such restrictions in government that, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that. No. If you have something new on your plate, make sure that you serve to your seniors and they make sure that it is given a productive result. So when we come down to the local branch, what I do personally over here, we go across all the small villages. We have also been promoting the NGOs who promote education. So every weekend before COVID, after COVID, I couldn't get time. Before COVID, we used to, in a month, I make sure that, once I go to the small villages of Karnataka and we used to train kids over there. We used to educate them about the geography, about the tourism subject, and there were other, the partners with us. They used to give other subjects training. So these things, when you start, see there again, I'm talking that tourism is not about any monetary terms. It's about respecting the religion, the community, the culture, the traditions, and tourism is only the department where you can find respect, exchange of respect. This is what we have. When you smile, the whole world will smile at you. If you are sad, no one is going to look at you. So make sure when you sell something, keep a smile, keep a confidence, keep a very, happening thing in you that you have to sell this destination and why it is so exciting. If you come to my office, okay, I'm also known for that. If anyone, it's right to say, like I sit on a table and I make sure that the deal is completed. That is also I'm being awarded. So there was an ITE in ITM, sorry, in Delhi. That was one more award what I had achieved. It was an international B2B meeting, and in a day, just 6 hours, without any lunch, without any breakfast, for 6 hours I was being targeted to accomplish 40 deals, B2B 40 deals. But I had eventually completed 47 deals, if I'm not wrong, 47 or 48, I don't remember the exact, 48 deals in 6 hours, and they are selling Gujarat till date. This is in 2018 it happened. They're selling it till date. If you guys know, there is a rail connectivity which is recently started from Chennai, from the different parts to Kevadia, that is Statue of Unity. Before 2019, there was an exhibition named as GES. So I had an opportunity to meet many of the ministers and discuss about the different projects of the tourism. So I had a pleasure and I was honored to meet Piyush Goyal. At that time, he was the Minister of Railways. And he asked me like, what is missing from the state and what are you looking down for the points, and he's so intelligent, passionate about doing something new for the tourism industry or for the railways connectivity and all that. I just said one thing, so everyone can't afford flight tickets. Why can't we start the rail connectivity from the different corners of India to Kevadia? We have Kevadia railway station right now. I was also sent an email about thanks that I had initiated this concept. And I won't forget, my seniors have supported me till date, like whatever we bring down, they always find, okay, this is something new and we are coming up. But just take an example about your college. Your college has come up with a project that we want to do a workshop for, 2 days. I was like, fine, but I was on tour when this was proposed. So we don't wait. We just say yes, because if they are taking such a great initiative, why can't we be a part of that and promote tourism? Tourism is not gone anywhere. Tourism has just crashed. We have just fallen down. We can come back up, we can rise back, and it can be anything. It is just not like selling packages or income RI, no. Major targets of a particular branch, it's to increase the footfalls, not the income. When it comes down to government body, especially like for me, I have always targets to increase the footfalls from one state to another, or any of the state heads, whatever are working with us. We have this target. Even there are sales target, there are other marketing targets, but our main focus is to increase the footfalls. Why we have this pressure? Because Modi sir had this initiative that India is so incredibly beautiful. Why our Indians are not aware about it? So this concept, we are trying to make it more and more educational. We are making it more and more familiarization with the destinations, with the culture, with the traditions. I think even, for example, there are many localites. For example, you take me, Gujaratis. When I came down to the tourism industry, I wasn't knowing that Gujarat has so good amount of places. There are so many places. I didn't knew it. Why? Because there is no proper form of, generating information about that particular destination. Now, when it comes down to youth, especially when you come down for internship with us, what is your target? We treat you as an employee only. There is nothing like, oh, internship hai, baaju mein bitha do. No, we are not going to do that. We are going to treat you as our employee, and then we give you all sort of trainings, like half, the accounts are done, half the finance are taken care, half marketing promotions are done. Tomorrow I'm going to meet you 3 or 4 of our ex. You just listen to them. When I say that, how we train them, they have got scoldings. Okay, I am very particular when it comes down to a work. It should be always, this should be always done in a way it should be, because government has to follow its protocols. One small mistake with the government, and I think it is very, very results into a very negative thing. So you have to be very particular of what you are doing, and with a smile. No matter how tired you are, no matter you didn't have time to eat, there are times, talk about yesterday only, I just landed like on 30 night, late night. 31st, I had kept a leave, but I couldn't because I had to go to Vidhan Sauda and I had few meetings at my office. I couldn't cancel that. I was so tired. I came back. I went to the office. I came at late night. I prepared for today's session and I slept off. Today morning, because of really very grateful that the Jyoti Nivas College have promoted this workshop in an incredible way, that we got calls from different departments. That is a very, very happy thing for me today. It's happened, and it's our foundation day also, and I have got appreciation, and I'm appreciating the college family also, that because of their initiative we are doing such a great job, such a great job. And we are the only tourism board which is connecting to all the different colleges and trying to promote the youth. We also go down for example, I'll take one college name, that is Christi Jayanti, where we had food festival. They had prepared 300 plus only Indian cuisine, and we had also awarded the best dishes of them. They had to cook in front of us, and they served, and that is what it's about, exchanging about your cuisine dishes. And I truly say all dishes were really great, but we had to give to the best ones. Instead of 3, we awarded almost 7 to 8 people, because the food was very yum. And we gujju khane ki baat na kare, so I think we are not gujjus, right? Okay. Now coming to the main concept, and I think this is my last point for the day. It's like, I don't know if you guys know or not, but Gujarat state celebrates 300 plus events and festivals. Festivals, it's like always at a bigger level. Events, it's like from the smaller level to a higher level. Okay. I don't know about Ranotsav. Before I mention about Ranotsav, it's a white desert festival. It happens in Kutch and it happens only for 3 months, 3.5 months probably, but we always talk as in 3 months. It starts from 1st November and it ends up by 28th of February. But the right time is still end of January, and it's a salt desert. It's the salt sea in other period of the year. But for this 3 months, it is only salt desert. You can actually walk, and it's the incredible beauty. This initiative was taken by RPM Sir, Modi Sir, and from that date till date, the livelihood is earned because of Gujarat tourism. We don't earn anything. I'm still talking that there is no monetary concept with any of the things. Tourism is about exchanging the culture, be a helping hand, provide accurate information, and then only you can go. Go with every different human being if you really wish to survive in tourism. It can be Afghani, it can be, from US, it can be from UK, it can be from Kerala, it can be from Punjab, Jammu Kashmir. It can be anyone. When you start understanding the opposite person's mindset, when you start meeting multiple peoples, you will understand your value that we have got one human life and we should always keep growing instead of sitting at one place in front of a computer and doing nothing. What is the use of that salary that when you don't, educate yourself first before educating others? Tourism is a field where you can educate yourself with others. This is only the field. This is only the field, nothing else. And as it's like, keep smiling no matter whatever your situation is. When you smile, the whole world will smile. That is for sure. And I'm very grateful that today I'm giving a session, and tomorrow also we are going to have the same session. Now, talking about the festivals and events, why I had to talk about this topic? Ranotsav. We always, till date, we always have 300 plus students who are doing that internship at Ranotsav. You won't believe we have 300 students who are doing or who have a background of tourism and doing an internship at there. We teach how to book, how to make the receipts, how to do on ground operations, how to take quick decisions, how to be very prominent when you talk, how you have to dress up. Everything is taught by us, everything. They get certificates after the completion of the Ranotsav and all that. But we have tie-ups already with the Gujarat colleges. We also have our own Gujarat Tourism the college, which is known as SIHM. There also we are just having one bachelor degree, that is hotel management, but we have crash courses of teaching them different languages, German, French, XYZ, like many languages. So these are the things what we do. Coming down to IKF. IKF is International Kite Festivals, which happens for almost 14 days. It goes till 14 days. That is 14th of January. And here also we have it at CM and governor level. There are no events which happens without CM or governor. It always happens with governor or at least with CM. So when you are doing internship with us, we also take you to particular places. If I am traveling, then only interns are asked, or if my other operational heads are coming, then only you are asked to go, because again, your security is in our hands. But at the local level, at the state level, I think we take you to every small event where we are going. Even if we are not going, we'll ask you to just go, because there are other people who will be taking care of you. So these are the things what you are going to learn, because books are at one side, practical knowledge is at one side. Internship is very important, is a part of education. I had done for 11 months, I'm saying. Before we didn't have this MCQs, or we had to write that long pages of answers. We had to, take that, put every shit on our head, and we had to, but right now I think it's majority of MCQs, or it's majority of the online papers and all that. So you guys have this problem of not having the practical knowledge, there is a difference. So when you come down to us, or when you come down to a particular private company, whatever you are going for the internship, make sure that you learn how the company is working, how it grew so nicely, or why they sell this particular products. Because when you go to the private, they might be domestic only, they might be just international, they can be doing both the packages, they have this visa processes and all that. You should know why they are into all these things, you know. So when it comes down to Gujarat tourism back, we always send to the different exhibitions which happens in Karnataka or which to the nearby states, and it is always at national as well as it is with international level. So both the things, when you go down to the international level, you have amazing experience. 2018 2019, I was the only person from the state, I mean from the Gujarat tourism. I like sit down for Karnataka, and I was the only person to initiate Navratri. Bangalore or Karnataka is a place where everyone is busy. They don't have time to travel because that's the peak season to earn, and काफी busy schedules होते हैं लोगों के. So I was like, people can't go to Gujarat. Why can't I bring Gujarat to Bangalore? This was my initiative, and proudly I would say, continuously for 2 years we had Navratri in Bangalore. And every newspaper used to say that अगर आप गुजरात नहीं जा सकते तो क्या बात है, बैंगलोर में आके गुजरात को महसूस कीजिए. And we had this achievement. So when you are doing something good, project it in a good way and make sure that that project, whatever you are into, you should give your 110% to that project. 110. The schedules, I'll say about my that festival, initially the thing was, it was very hectic for me. Morning we have to reach by 10 to the office. Then after 6, the event used to happen in Whitefield. So from my office I used to travel to Whitefield, change the dress, be there by 12 o'clock. We used to finish at the midnight. Then I used to travel from Whitefield back to this. So there is no point, you get tired continuously for 10 days. You are doing this. We had media with us who was promoting Navratri in a very great way, very great way. After that, we got many proposals from other associations and all that. But why we choose Navratri with a particular? There is a SIGA association, Gujarati association. I think they are the only one who showcases the traditional Garbi. Just Google it. What is traditional Garbi? They take a round and they play with the talis or dandiyas or all this thing. They are the only association which does in this way. So you make sure that when I talk that I bring Navratri to Bangalore, I'll make sure that it is traditional. No DJ, nothing. I don't want all this, because you can go and find everywhere. Just go to pub, they'll pay that Gujarati and you can dance there. No. But when it comes down, you should understand, if I'm bringing a culture from that state to this state, I'll make sure that you actually feel the vibes of Navratri. And then I went to Mysore because Dashera aata hai. You should probably once in a life you should go and enjoy the Dashera festival in Mysore. It's one of the very colorful festivals I have seen, and I'm a big fan of elephants. So yeah, so that is a very positive point for me. Like, okay, elephants hai to main jayenge. I know it sounds like it is, but yeah, I do love elephants. So that is again a thing. So when all these activities are going on, we also took the last incident I will share is we also work with external affairs department. We also work with the foreign students department. Now, why we work with them? There is an association named as FISA. There is the external affairs. There is ICCR, if anyone knows about it. We also coordinately work with all these kind of departments because they'll be giving information about the local end of the culture or the activities. Now, why we target international students also? This all international students, if you wish, you can just get the details of my Facebook page or page, I mean the Instagram or whatever. You'll find all these events photographs also over there. Which date it happened, who were all the attendees, and half their responses are. And until date, guys, when you have already completed one project, tourism also teaches you to keep contact with every small person. Every small person I'm talking. From A to till Z, you should know who was involved in that particular project. अगर कोई मतलब आप पियून अंकल या पियून आंटी था मेरे साथ, तो they had provided me chai on time because I'm a chai lover. So they got to know that, okay, what timings I need chai. I don't get food, it's fine, but I need chai. So before starting this session, I had my cup of chai, so nothing to worry. After 2 hours, I'll have again. So I'm just kidding. So these are the things, and never forget them also. Till date, if they call me, I can't, sometimes I can't pick up on the same minute, but I make sure that I give them a call. Now, this is what is exchange of respect again. If they were not a part of that particular event or project, you would have never done a project successfully. Every small person to every big person will be having an equal position when a project becomes successful. So, talking about Navratri, this people, the FISA-B people, the ICCR students, they all attended. We invited them to come there, and we had all these Gujarati cuisines you find there. Okay, there are food stalls. You pay and you eat. You find every Gujarati's what we say cuisines over there, and they're so happy to eat. They went back. I'll show you a few video clips also. They went back and they had actually described about their visit at Navratri in Bangalore. So try to get to know the different states of India, and they are going to represent India eventually. It's not about Gujarat or Karnataka or Kerala or Punjab or no. They are eventually coming to India. Why? Oh, there is a country named as India, and there was one state, and they went to this place. Mouth publicity is the best marketing tool. What I have learned, whatever visibility you do, airport पे बड़े hoardings लगाइए आप, posters लगाइए आप, online में कीजिए. But when a person have traveled and if they discuss to another person, that gives the best example of your service. That is a very key point of any marketing this thing. If anyone is studying marketing also, they can also study. Now, this people, the ICCR, the FISA-B, 2019, we had arranged one heritage walk of Bangalore. And there was one NGO known as eShow. So they had initiated a project with us, and we were so happy that Gujarat Tourism was a part of that, and we had served them the local Gujarati cuisine with Bangalore Heritage Walk, at a Bangalore restaurant, Gujarati cuisine. So this mixtures what we do, and the kids had enjoyed a lot. So even if you have this kind of initiatives, you can come up to us. If we feel that, okay, these are really going to showcase a good value about a particular state, we are here to help you out. And when you are doing internship with us, we are going to make sure that you guys go around, see how we work. Even I had took kids to Vidhan Soda just to understand. They're not allowed to talk because there are protocols what we have to maintain. But they will be there and they have to understand how I am talking, or have you have to keep patience when your seniors are talking. There will be hot shot conversations going on. How you keep patience, how you still keep smiling, how you be confident. This all things they have been learning, and right now I think two of them have their own startup companies. They are working with good organizations, or there are people who have got transferred to international boards. They are in foreign countries. So when you come down to us, just be ready to learn, and we are here to help you out.
Ma'am, there's one question from a student. It's a
Okay.
basic question as to how do you enter into the public sector field as how
Okay.
you have done?
Okay. So I would just say that you have to keep an eye on our official websites, and for internship, you have to just send an email to us that you are, looking down for internship in your organization on your college letterhead, and we just take a small interview just to know how much you are, serious about doing an internship with us, and then we process the application and you get internship with us. So there's no big shot, but if you're looking down for the job, then you have to just keep an eye on the careers of our official website. That's www.gujarattourism.com, and then you can apply. And if you get selected after the exams and interviews, you can definitely join our organization.
Thank you, ma'am. That's the only question we have right now.
That's
I'll
fine.
hand it over to Manisha, ma'am, to
Okay.
conclude today's session. Just give me one.
Okay.
Uh, Thank you for such an enriching speech. Actually, we all require this kind of information uh, to be uh, to be communicated to the students community. So, so I hope like today students would have got some idea about the public sector. Uh, so today is our first a session on skill enhancement program with reference to tourism internship training. Hope today's session was quite inspiring for the students. We will have one more day of internship training with abundant opportunities of learning and skill enhancement development experiences. So don't forget to stay tuned and attend the session by 11 a.m. Tomorrow. Please note that to receive the workshop participation certificate, it is important that all of you compulsorily participate both the days workshop. Your attendance will be strictly considered for getting a participation certificate for this workshop, for this national level workshop. The link of the day 2 will be shared to the respective email IDs. Have a very good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Rishi, are you back? Rishi?
Hello, ma'am. Am I?
Yeah, you are there,
audible?
right? Just keep your camera on and
Yeah.
just be there. Once I'll just tell your name, you just have to talk and share your experience, okay?
Sure, sure.
Okay, yeah. Manisha ma'am, we can start now.
Okay. Shall we start now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can start.
The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. Said by Brain Harbert. Good morning to one and all present here. I, Dr. Manisha Seal, Assistant Professor from the Department of Tourism and Travel Management, Jyotinivas College Autonomous, welcome you all to the Day 2 National Level workshop addressing to the theme Public Sector in Skill Enhancement of Tourism Students, Prospects and Challenges of Internship Training, organized by Department of Tourism and Travel Management, Jyotinivas College Autonomous. Yesterday, we had a brief overview on public sector organizations and its operations with reference to Tourism Department of Gujarat and its various state departments throughout India. Today, we will be experiencing training session opportunities of learning and skill development to get a practical exposure on functional areas of public sector tourism department. I would like to mention before we start this session, it is important that to receive a workshop participation certificate, compulsorily all the participants must attend both the session. Okay, so yesterday's session and today's session, those who will be attending only will be getting the participation certificate for this workshop. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Ms. Gopi and team.
Thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome. And we are sorry because there was some technical issue, so we are starting a bit late. Sorry for that. Okay, and it was a great experience yesterday that I got an opportunity to share, you know, how the public sector works or what were my personal experience. And I think students would have got a bit of idea that government sector has equal amount or I think more responsibility and work comparative to the private sector. You get more exposure and you know, enhancing your skills every day. That platform is, I think, only you get it on the public sector. Now again, I would be sharing you one more thing. It's like public sector needs more and more innovative people who have, you know, passion to do something, or they have a good amount of ideas to boost up the government industry. That is like, you know, you have to be very, very confident. Okay, this is the product I am putting down to the public, and then it would be benefit for every person. That is one thing. Second, when you are really and eagerly to join a public sector, here the growth at the initial period, it's very slow. But after a period of time, the way you groom or the way you bloom yourself or the way you grow in the industry, no one can stop you. But again, you should be out of box. There are no options. There are no options as private. Okay, I am not comfortable here, I can jump to another company. I'm not comfortable, I can jump to the third company. No, in public sector, it's like you have one stage, show your best and come out with the best results. Okay, now we just wanted to discuss today and share few of our ex-interns who are really very successful, bright, and they have been out of the box and they have their own startup companies, or they are working with the organization, or they are working with the private sector, or they have started learning something new. We could just only join 3 of the people today because other people, 2 are in foreign countries. They have their own startup companies. They are having their own bright future after the internship was completed with Gujarat Tourism. Now, the basic question, what is an internship? Internship gives you a experience of how a company or an organization or a sector, how it works. Because you are actually just studying, you are a student, so you won't be having a clear idea, okay, how the organization works. There is only bookish knowledge. There is nothing like practical knowledge, right? So for that, we are here to help you out to understand the market, and every state has a different market to work. So when guys like me, like who are sitting at this position, will be going to the other states to learn their market. This is our target, because every market has their different mindset, have the different ways to work. Every government has different way to work. No matter it's Karnataka, or no matter it's Tamil Nadu, it's Andhra, it's Telangana, it's Kerala, or it's Punjab, it's Manipur, Mizoram, whatever. They have different ways to work. And this process of working is designed as per the mentality of the localites, the mentality of the travel players, the tourism players over there. So you have to very be keen, keep researching about every state. Then only you will be able to survive in the market. The first point. Public sector is one of the most growing right now for the youth. And I am not joking around. We have people who are doing free online sessions for the students. Students, it means I'm not talking about college students, or I'm not talking about school students. I'm talking like the students who are below 5th standard, till 4th standard. From LKG, like the juniors, the upper junior KGs, these students are also learning a tourism. So just understand the value of the tourism industry. It is very wide. There is nothing like, okay, these are the limits, this is a box and this much we have to learn. No, there is always out of the box. Every day, even I learn. For example, yesterday after the session, I went to office. After going to the office, I learned that, okay, their person just came down and he asked me like few questions, how to get, the LTC registration. LTC means when you are in government sector, as private people get reimbursement of, traveling around, or they get the packages just to, roam around. They get all this. But when it comes down to the public sector, the people will always get a reimbursement from only the state government. That we have to be understand. We have to be really into that clear definition that how we are going to do that. So that person was like, I want to be a registered LTC tour operator. So every state, there is a different policy. Pramodji, can you just mute yourself? Okay, so every industry, every public sector bank, or every public sector organization or a department, we have different reimbursement laws, which you have to keep in mind. So when you are working with the public sector, you should be very much aware about the different laws, the different trends, the different reimbursement structure they have. They have as per their salary structure. So once they go and come back, they can submit the bills to us. We are the authorized people to approve that, and they get a reimbursement from the central government. So how coordinately we work with every small to a bigger department, or you can say the banks, that is credit banks, to the public sector, the SBI, or all that kind of public sector banks. So you have to be very a quick learner, always ready to explore new things, then only you can survive in a public sector. Now, what are the skills you require? As I mentioned, you have to be very confident. Even if you don't know something, like yesterday, sitting at this place, I was like, okay, just let me clarify with one of my seniors and I'll get back to you. There is nothing to be ashamed of if you don't know. Just be confident enough, okay, I can do it, I will do it. Yes, so that is the main thing where you don't have to be shy or you don't have to be, oh, what other people are going to think about me if I don't know this, that, nothing. People will appreciate when you say that, sir, I don't know, just give like few minutes, I'll get back to you. This is how you react if you don't know. If you know, it is again an achievement for your end, but always try to know what is going inside the market. As we had a subject named as GK, general knowledge, the same you should also have the general knowledge about the tourism market, that you should definitely keep reading across. As I mentioned yesterday, the students of tourism, when we go for the guest lectures, okay, when we ask them, uh, for example, take where is Chandigarh? I am not joking. Students don't know where is Chandigarh or where is Punjab or where is Delhi or where is Rishikesh or Haridwar. They just don't know. Why? It shouldn't be like this, right? You should know where in which country you are staying. What are the trends? There are so many. There is Wagah border. I don't know how many people are knowing about Wagah border and what tourism activities are going on. Yes. So when you are into a tourism industry, you should be very, very, very much educating. You must be very much, eager to learn something and to know what exactly India holds. India is the only country, I was repeating yesterday also, I'm repeating now, that India is the only country, even if you get 3 to 4 births of as a human being, you still can't be satisfied roaming around in India. And India has the best hospitality, no matter which state you're traveling or no matter which village you are traveling. And every village will teach you something. For example, as I mentioned yesterday, that when I was on tour, Anila ma'am was there to, invite me for the internship workshop. I was on a remote area, but the way ma'am was supporting me, okay, ma'am, nothing to worry, you be back, but I am doing other things on your back end. I was like, okay, so this is how it works. Respect the time of the opposite person. Respect the work schedules of the opposite person. This all things you have to keep in mind and work. It sounds very boring right now, but when it comes down to work, this all things are very small, but when it comes down to work, this will make your work pretty much easy, like pretty much easy. After that, she just scheduled 2 dates and I was okay with that because she respected my work schedules and probably there was no network, nothing. But this kind of bonding you have to create with every human being you come across. The connection what you have trying to make, it's not like, okay, this one session is done and we are done. No, you have to keep updating, you have to keep maintaining that relation for a future enhancement, for the future projects. If nothing, at least you had worked once, right? So that is like the best thing which you can keep in mind, and we can move on, we can be good friends again, and you just don't know which person is going to grow at which speed and where they are going to go, or else at least respect that a person had initiated a project. They were your backbone. For that thing, you should be with them. This is all what tourism about. When it comes down to the workshop, these are the things you have to learn. Okay, सॉफ्टवेयर है, एक कंपनी में सॉफ्टवेयर दे दिया है, ठीक है, वो सॉफ्टवेयर आपने सीख लिया, सैप ले लो, आप गैलीलियो ले लो, एमएडीएस ले लो, जो आप सीख रहे हो. That's very easy. That you just learn it. You go to few classes, you learn it, and you come back. But when you learn all these practical skills of maintaining relations, of coming on time, or keep learning everything from a new person, instead of keeping anger in your mind, just be calm down, handle the situations at your best, and do it. Don't be afraid, or there are people who have lack of confidence. There was one student of mine, he never used to utter a word in front of me. Once I lost my temper and I was like, what? You are in a tourism. If you don't talk, you can't sell your product. You have to talk. You can't sit like a quiet, good girl or good boy. You can't. You have to talk. You have to talk in a particular manner. You have to be in a very etiquette dressing sense. This all things are the basic things when you really wish to do internship, right? So today we have few people with us. One is Mr. Pramodji. He's the operation head. He's going to explain how he takes care of the interns who join in my office, what are his duties and responsibilities. Then we'll be seeing a video of Miss Kavita. She is admin head, but she is on tour right now, so she's not able to join us. But we have a video talking about what she teaches to the kids who come down as an interns, because hardly I remain there. Only for the meetings I take kids with me. Other office work and all that, it's taught by them. They take care of my office and everything. And then we have 3 ex-interns. You just listen to their life stories, how it was a changing mode in their life. And after that, if you have again any questions or something, because yesterday I saw there was no questions around. So it means like the first thing is the session was really good or the session was very boring. There can be only 2 reasons, because if you are not enthused to learn something, if you know your college staff is doing such a great job at national level, if we can get appreciation and good wishes from the different departments of the state tourism boards, then why can't students be proactive? We have many what we say, the sessions, we have webinars, we also have workshops like handicraft workshops for the students. We also give research papers to the students. These all things you have to understand. You have to participate. I mean, just take interest in that, understand why we are teaching all these things, or you know why we are so keen to promote India tourism, not only the state tourism, India tourism. Staying in Karnataka, how many people of you know that we are like it's a silicon city, for example? Very few people know this. They'll be like, "Huh, mujhe to laga IT hub hai." So what does that mean? It's the same. So if you guys are staying in Bangalore and if you don't know what is Bangalore meant for, or why you are staying in Bangalore, or why, for example, take about your college. How many people know when it was you know started growing up, or when was the establishment year? This all things you have to keep in mind because you are studying there. Yes. So yesterday, as I mentioned, I was the first girl to tell that, okay, yesterday was our foundation day. We had our post over there that, okay, we are wishing every person over there. There were people who didn't knew it. This is not you are going to do it in tourism. Tourism is updation. Tourism is like quick decision. Tourism is like quick learners. And tourism is like spread smiles. No matter what, with whom you are, what you are doing, keep spreading smiles. Even if you, there are times when you have worked such a long, I'll just share one small incident, then we'll start with the other people experience. With one of the Vidansada, this is in like 2017-19, we had a project over there. I had worked so much hard, so much, like daily for 15 to 20 days, we used to go there. No lunch times, nothing. We used to go there, travel from one department to other department to third to fourth, whatever. That time I was very new. After working such a hard and, you know, struggled to get that project, I couldn't. I was very sad. I was really very sad. But when they came to me, I just smiled at that thing. It's okay, sir. That's again your decision. But eventually, while coming back home, I actually cried because I had worked so much. But that resulted me after 2 to 3 years. And right now we are actually working with the Vidansa, the different committees, different departments. And it's not just tourism. Tourism, when it comes down, it's like you are also working with accounting department. You are also working with the estimate committee. I don't know if anyone knows about this. We also work with the women department. We also work with the, you know, there are different committees, like there is MLA committees over there. There are governor associations over there. There are pretty much offices in Vidansoda. We work with many of them. Why? Because on that day, I was so fine in front of them at the back. Because I was actually crying because it was my first project which I lost. And that was good because I learned that no matter what happens, keep smiling. That is the point where you take the best turn. I mean, whatever is going inside, keep it inside. When you are alone, remove everything, or in front of your family members, you can do everything. But when you are at work, be positive, keep smiling, and just be like positive. It's okay, nothing to worry, sir. Next time, if you need anything, you just come back to me. This politeness, this kindness will work in future. After 2 to 3 years, right now, only Gujarat Tourism State Board is working with Vedanta, and that is the proud thing. That is the proud thing. So now I will hand it over to Pramodji. He is our operation head, and he will be explaining what he teaches to the kids.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, good morning to everybody. Namaskar. I would like to say thanks to Jyoti Nivas College and giving this platform for Gujarat Tourism and me on your national level workshop. Myself, Pramod, Operation Head Bangalore branch of Gujarat Tourism with Gobi Visolia Madam. We are in service industry with motto of Aditi Devo Bhava. What the role we have in Karnataka, which was covered yesterday's session by Miss Gobi Visrolia, our Karnataka head. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
Pramodji.
sir. You are audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. Shall I continue?
Yeah.
We are taking care of the interstate tourism, Karnataka to Gujarat and Gujarat to Karnataka. We will be one point contact for them. We are taking care of the interstate tourism, so I already repeating that once. Suppose somebody is traveling from Gujarat to Karnataka, they will contact us. We will arrange all accommodation, everything from here itself. And somebody, we are sending the people from Karnataka to Gujarat. I'm audible?
Yes, you are. You just continue.
We are sending somebody from Karnataka to Gujarat. We will the one point contact. We will arrange everything from here for them. And Gujarat Tourism are here, give the proper information to the client, travel partners, and increase the what's our ultimate aim. It is increase the footfalls in Gujarat state's marvelous destinations. While the internship students are coming here, we will teach them. First of all, we will give that route map and destination map and tell them to study that. And we will compel to them make the PPT for each and every destinations. Then they will come to know what the destinations are there, and they will know that where it is, how they can tourists can reach over there, like that. And we will include that this one internship students for that how we are marketing. In marketing, how to trace out that client, how to reach them, and how to take an appointment, arrange the meeting schedule with that convention of both parties. In that case, one thing we want to keep in our minds to be punctual for that meeting. Do not give a chance to any hesitation. And while meeting, one should be quiet to keep enough to listen to other party. Always try to understand the needs of other parties and mutually work together. In case of tourists, the students are coming here for the internship. We will give the chance to interact with the tourist. How will get the inquiry? By call, by any mode of test, and refer to one, and somebody will refer to us and walk-in notes. In these cases, respond them in time with all details, all correct details. If you are not giving them that proper reply or delayed reply, they will go with another one and they will share the negative image to our own organization. If you are getting the opportunity to work with this organization, then you should get target oriented. Then we'll come to know an inquiry call how much value it have. That means if you are getting a one small lead, please you try to utilize that one to the business, convert that one to the business. So we will also teach how to make a tour plan or itinerary. We will teach them. So we want to know from the guest how large the group is, a single person, as a family, and what type of the group, and the interested places, and their available days, and holiday of the particular destinations, and working hours of that particular destinations. If any entry ticket passes as required, we will share the clear details of that one, how they will get the ticket, how it will be, if is it online, we will help it out. And that we want to know the present condition of the roads, that routes means one destination to another destination, how they will travel, what and difficulties they will face in between. So we keep in our mind, we will keep that one, that's time, how long it will be takes, we will give a half an hour buffer time for that one. In between, they should get that proper rest on that in between the journey, and they will get the meals and any refreshment in between. We also teach how to prepare the tour plan. It will be a time bound and it not be a hectic one. We'll prepare the tour plan according to the tourist age group. If a family, Dada Dadi cannot walk more, we cannot send them for that any adventure like any other rock climbing and all. Then, and if you have the kids, I'm audible?
You are.
Yeah. If some kids, we want to include their own requirements also there. For the youth, we will include that adventures activities for them. First of all, we will. So I already teach my previous students. After making the tour plan, we will take the approval from the guest. It will be documented. And after this signed document, the tour plan, we will send to our HO. We will send to our HO for the details signed tour plan. And after that one, we will book the hotel as per that client requirements and needs. And after the hotel booking, what we will do, we will take the verbal confirmation so from the hotel management if that they received or not, if it blocked, the rooms are not is blocked or not. Then another part it is I'm teaching to our students like the transportation. I'm taking care of transportation over in Gujarat. One second, I'm in a meeting. Please tell me. So it is inside. Sorry. I'm taking care of the transportations. So arrange the convenient vehicle for the tourist in well in advance. Block it well in advance. Track the vehicle before. Hello. Am I audible? Track the vehicle before start the tour. So we are doing it in 24 hours prior. Track the chauffeur detail and vehicle details. Take the chauffeur details and vehicle details and speak with that detailed chauffeur, ensure that he or she got the tour plan which was approved by the guests and brief them once more. Share the vehicle and chauffeur details with the client take back that trip sheet after the tour, which was signed by the tourist. And we are doing some follow-ups in between, like follow up the client before leaving to the airport or this one the railway station, like that one. We will reconfirm with that if they are reached in their railway station or airport, and follow up at arrival in our states. If they are arriving in our state and Ahmedabad, wherever it is, we will track according to the time, the flight time or train scheduled. We will talk with the customer if they reached safely or arrived safely. Then after we will follow up the chauffeur. So in between we will follow up the chauffeur in between also. Again we will follow up the chauffeur where he is in arrival point or not. And one more thing, we are having all offices in major airports in Gujarat and all railway stations. And and follow up with the hotels again the same day which hotel they are going to check in. So we will follow up that one and repeat the follow-ups with the tourist at least twice in a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. So before start that their day tour, and after ending their day tour, we will reconfirm with the guest any difficulties they are facing, anything else, any remarks is there. So while checking the hotel, so any problem they are facing, then we can, so remotely we can solve that one. That's the reason we are following with that guest. I'm also teaching teaching with these things with our students who are coming for the internship here. And see, I'm not saying all. So we are getting the complaints. We are not getting the complaint also. We are not getting that much complaints. Probably we will get one or two complaints. So in my service periods, I got only 5 complaints, like one, which type of complaints we are facing. Vehicle didn't report it on time. So what we are doing the follow-ups. So we that remedy it is there in that follow-ups. If suppose the chauffeur's the driver's mobile is got switched off and maybe he is in an out of coverage area, then we will do that this one GPS tracking also. We can identify. I already told we are having the offices in major airports and railway station. Our office staff will be help it out for us, helping out to trace the driver. And chauffeur doesn't know the particular languages. So meanwhile, we are facing that one. So southern, that means Karnataka, Kerala don't have any problem with that this one Hindi language, but Tamil Nadu have that Hindi language problem. In that cases, we will select the chauffeur who is able to handle English, Hindi, and multiple languages. Then we can avoid that issue. Then detailing the gate. So we will choose the gate as per that tourist client's convenience, which and the language they knows. Maybe so I know that all gates are handling with all languages, but their pronunciation will be little bit different. So according to that one, we will select that we will prefer that particular gate for that one. That's the remedy. And some complaints we are getting that hotel rooms is not good, that up to the mark. So we are advising that guest before sending them to. So please inform if you are facing any problem over there. Please before check-in, please intimate us. We will involve that once we will solve that problems. Then we can avoid that one also, that complaints. Somebody will remark on food was not up to the mark. Then before sending them, we will ask their menu and we will brief them that this is the menu for you. If it any changes, we will update to the hotels well in advance. This client need these things. And sometimes lift is not working, so elderly people are complaining for that one. Sometimes they will check in a remote area in a hotel and things. The lift is not working. Then we will suggest if it anything, we will suggest. So elder peoples, they can accommodate in ground floor or first floor. Like that, if we can handle like that. So if any questions, you can ask. So I'm going to ending my speech.
Thank you, Pramodji. I think students got to know that these are very small things which we take care. For example, taking care about the driver, if they know the languages or not, do they know Hindi or not? Because it's totally Gujarat and this is the South India. It actually differs from state to state. So these are very small things, but it plays very crucial and very important role when you are sending a client from one state to another. The second point, if you have noticed, it's about our networks. As I mentioned about the road damage or the roads are not that great, how we would get to know when we are sitting in Bangalore? It's because we have our small to bigger offices, our hotels are spread over, and we have good amount of network not only with our offices, but we also have the networking with the collectors. We also have networking with the CMO office of Gujarat. We also have contacts with every small gram panchayat of a village, so that if anywhere our client has landed or is facing a problem, we have our network to reach them out max to max in 25 to 30 minutes. We actually take care about what quality we are processing, we are giving them, and we are make sure that a client shouldn't face any sort of issues. So when you are into a public sector or you are into a private sector, doesn't matter, you have to be very accurate, prominent, and you have to be very confident, quick decision. I'm repeating again and again, quick learner, and your network should be very strong. That only you can receive if you give respect and you get respect. So when I say that tourism is all about smiling and respecting other people, that will actually help you in this smaller ways. So yesterday I was just trying to teach you about what a public sector and how it works. Today you are getting to know more about it, and let's see how your who are like keen to do internship with us, and they'll get to know more about how it actually works. Now I would like to request Mikhail to play Kavita's video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I am Kavita, tourist officer. I am thankful to Jyoti Nivas College for conducting workshop at
Kavita is our admin head and tourist officer. She takes care of the back end operations. Because of some reason, she is on tour today, official tour, so she can't join us. So we had a short
Hi
video of her
everyone, I am
describing what are
Kavita.
the duties.
Hi everyone, I am Kavita, tourist officer. Hi everyone.
One minute, please wait.
No worries, no worries.
Hi everyone, I am Kavita. Tourist officer. I am thankful to Jyoti Nivas College for conducting workshop at national level. I am handling the administration in branch. Administration में आता है documentation, accounts, follow up with clients and tour operators. Hi everyone, I am Kavita, tourist officer. I am thankful to Jyoti Nivas College for conducting workshop at national level. I am handling the administration in branch. Administration में आता है documentation, accounts, follow up with clients and tour operators, billing and banking. Documentation में आता है staff documentation, pending रहता है वो updates, attendance का, salary का वो हम follow up करते हैं. How to maintain the documents of registered tour operators. हाउ टू मेंटेन द ऑफिस ऑर्डर्स एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन वो हम सिखा देते हैं. अकाउंट्स में आता है इनकम, एक्सपेंस एंड जीएसटी. इनकम में आता है इनकम का हम कैसे रिसिप्ट बनाते हैं, उनका रजिस्ट्रेशन में कैसे एंट्री करते हैं. एक्सपेंस का भी सेम, जीएसटी का अलग रहता है. जीएसटी का हम कैसे रिसिप्ट अलग बनाते हैं वो हम सिखा देते हैं. और फोर्थ में आता है फॉलो अप विद द क्लाइंट्स एंड टूर ऑपरेटर्स. फॉलो अप विद द क्लाइंट्स मतलब वही हम सिखाते हैं बच्चों को कि क्लाइंट्स को हम कहीं भेजते हैं गुजरात, तो उनको फॉलो अप करने का, उनको गाड़ी का डिटेल्स मिला है कि नहीं, गाड़ी टाइम पे आया है कि नहीं वो पूछते हैं. और वहाँ पे होटल्स का रूम्स कैसा है वो हम फॉलो अप लेते हैं. दिन में हम 2 बार उनको सुबह एक शाम को कॉल करके हम पूछते हैं कि क्लाइंट्स को कुछ दिक्कत है या कुछ चाहिए, वो हम फॉलो अप लेते हैं कि हमें पता चलता है कि क्लाइंट्स कैसे है, मतलब उनको क्या चाहिए क्या नहीं चाहिए वो हम समझ जाते हैं उसमें. कि यही फॉलो अप मतलब यही रहता है कि उनसे बात करने का. वो वहाँ पे जाके आने तक हम उनको बात करते रहते हैं कि उनको कुछ दिक्कत ना हो. यही फॉलो अप रहता है. और लास्ट में आता है बिलिंग एंड बैंकिंग. बिलिंग में हम हाउ टू बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शन वो सिखाते हैं. बैंक में जाके डिपॉजिट करने का वो सब आ जाता है उसमें. ट्रांजैक्शन पार्ट ऑफ ट्रेनिंग रहता है. उतना ही और कुछ नहीं है. थैंक यू. आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक ज्योति निवास फैमिली एंड we are looking for the bright entrance for the academic year. Thank you.
Okay, that was a video from Kavita, and she is very, very good at maintaining the accounts of the branch of the state, and she's also, took a responsibility to increase the footfalls. I mentioned it yesterday that when it comes down to state tourism board, we have equal pressure to bring sales as well as to bring footfalls for a particular state. Eventually, even it's my part of duty to bring footfalls for the state of Karnataka. So this is how it shows the interlink of two states. Because I'm responsible for Karnataka, so I'm just talking about two states. If my branch is about Kolkata or Delhi, they're responsible for that particular state. And this is how we internally grow. This is how we bring up our incredible India at heights. And that's why we always, look down for the smaller thing instead of looking down for a bigger thing and, working on that bigger project. Now we have on board, we have Rishi. He is the ex-intern and he was my first intern, one of the most lively human being. And that kid is having a startup company now. So Rishi, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such lovely words. Am I audible or is the
Yeah,
sound
you are.
clear?
You
Yes.
are.
Yeah, great, great. Thank you, Jyotinimas College, for giving me this platform, I would say, to share my story with Gujarat tourism, how I evolved as
Just
a.
Rishi, 1 minute. Rishi, 1 minute.
Yes, yes.
Why can't we see you? Is your
Hey,
camera on?
Aren't you able
yeah, it
to?
is on.
Yes, yes,
It
it
is
is
on.
on.
Okay,
It is
fine.
on.
Yes, it is on.
Okay.
Are you able to see me, guys?
I can't
Oh,
see you personally.
Maybe your
because my
network is.
camera is on.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
it's visible, sir.
It
Okay,
is
okay, fine.
visible.
Continue, Rishi.
It is
Continue.
visible?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
super. Yeah. Yeah. So I would start right from the beginning, like how I met Gopi ma'am, and where from where my journey with Gujarat tourism started. So it was an event in my college. So I did my studies in Bangalore. I was in Garden City. So there we had an magazine launch event. So Gopi ma'am has came in as a chief guest for the launch, and I, being a Gujju, my teacher just introduced me to her. Like, oh, she's also a Gujju. So we both met and we both just clicked. So it was really fun interacting with her. And then slowly and steadily, I stepped into Gujarat tourism. So initially, my first internship with Gujarat tourism was with a Gujarati community based in Bangalore. So it was for the 9 days of Garba. So we were a team of four. So we were told to manage the back end work. They had arranged an event for Garba night, and we were the people who were managing the ticketing, the accounts, and everything. And Gopi ma'am was standing still as our support. And so like any issues we had, we can straight away call her, and she's on call always. So from there it started. It was a very fun event. We got to learn a lot. Like I, being an amateur tourism guy, I had no hands-on experience. How to manage people, how to respond to the customers, getting new questions, new doubts. So that was one great example. Then I worked for TTF. There was this trade fair in Bangalore, the travel trade fair. So I was working under the banner of Gujarat Tourism. I was very closely working with ma'am. So there, ma'am gave me an opportunity, not and many opportunities to interact with DMCs, the travel experts, the government people from different states, even from the Ministry of even from the central government, and also from other countries. So there, being a newcomer, it was very difficult for me to judge what is right, what is wrong, what is the best for me. There she stepped in and she guided me like, okay, Rishi, you have to go in this and this manner. This is the platform you have to follow, and slowly and steadily you move, you will success. So there I met a lot of people, from many states, from many countries as well. And I had always planned to start my own company. Gopi ma'am knew it from a long time. So she helped me a lot. She really helped me a lot. Not only this, but as she said, while ma'am was speaking, there were some points which she discussed, like tourism market updates. So through Gujarat tourism, I was able to stay updated. There are these brochures and these small booklets which they give, so through which you can get an idea about the state. So similarly, I started doing for my company. Similarly, I started doing for my knowledge, not also my company. So, the tourism market updates, I started staying updated with the everyday, news. Since it's COVID, there is something new coming up every day. So you have to be aware. This is the time, now. So I had this habit since my internship with them. Secondly, she told about workshops. So I'm just highlighting these points. So workshops in Gujarat tourism are very unique, I would say. So my work with the local people over there was a kind of workshop which Gujarat tourism has arranged. So this was very unique. This was one of a kind to interact with a Gujarati community based in South India. Getting to know them, getting to share their experiences, getting to know their life outside Gujarat. That's the thing. So this was very new. This was very dynamic for me. Also TTF, like I never have been to TTF or any such trade fairs as a B2B person. I was always as a student. I always joined these events as a student. So B2B person and selling tourism packages. This was really a new opportunity. Like I was made to deliver the packages on spot. Like for example, when you say a package of Gir National Park, so I was made to deliver the whole package to the B2B client, whether it be B2B or B2C. So that was my duty, and this somewhere helped me to develop my fluency in the itinerary, also my fluency while speaking. So when you market or when you pitch any tourism service to any customer, whether it be B2B or B2C, you need to show the importance. So that importance part Gujarat tourism has taught me. So as I said, the workshops were superb. So I even remember, I would thank Gopi ma'am that after the TTF there is this award ceremony which is held, and not everyone is allowed in there. Only the selected members are there. So she gave me a chance to be with her, and felt very special. Even my Instagram page, the second photo is of that. So I find it very uh, I feel very blessed to be under her, to be under her guidance. And for internships, when we talk learning new things, like as an intern, what are we expected? Like as an intern, what is my duty? Is to learn new things every day. Don't just sit back and just relax. Get on the field, try to hustle, try to poke everyone in the company, like sir mujhe ye sikhao. I am new to the visa department, get through with the visa. I am new to the itinerary department. Gujarat tourism has a great team who is handling the itinerary, who is handling the back end work. So disturb them, continuously poke them. And I have personally seen Pramodji working so hard just to make students understand the itinerary. It is so important that the students get the itinerary. As Gopiam said, geography plays an important part, so it's important for the students to know where is Chandigarh or where is Ahmedabad, and from Ahmedabad how to start your journey. So hats off to the team. It is an amazing thing. And yeah, so learn new things. Don't just sit back and do the same thing again and again. There are a lot of things. Even for accounts, accounts is one thing which as a startup. I would say that many people in the startup or even in the employee, even as they're employed, they skip accounts. They just skip account. They're like they give it a very chill attitude and a very go to easy attitude. Like ठीक है देखा जाएगा. But this attitude is not right. When during the time of the financial year ending, your papers should be clear. Your purchase, your sales, that should be clear. Otherwise, you can land yourself or the company which you are working for into some serious legal issues. So accounts is another very important thing which you should have a general idea of. Not I'm not telling if you're not interested, just dip in, but you should have an idea like what are the next thing. I am getting a package. Suppose I'm selling a package. So GST is 5% to 12%, and to what is the GST applied? I am buying it from a vendor. So where is the GST applied and how much is it? So GST percentage is something which you have to be very aware of. So this is one thing about accounts. Then another thing is follow-ups. So as an intern, the best way to learn is the trips which are ongoing. So for say with Gujarat Tourism, they are arranging a trip to Ahmedabad. So as an intern, where can you play a part? You can get in touch with the clients. Just make sure that everything is in place. They are having a good time, if they're having any difficulties or if they're finding any struggles, just take that, just go that extra mile, help them out, discuss with the seniors, discuss with the team like, sir, this is the issue, like for say hotel may AC is not working, so what should be done next, whom should we contact, because the general manager won't issue this, won't address this issue. You should be contacting the backend team, or the housekeeping, and many a times guests don't do that personally, they will tell you to do that, so you should be aware whom to contact. And Gujarat tourism teaches that, and internship teaches that, so these are small things which you should be aware of. And yeah, as ma'am told and as the team told that in an internship, the thing which matters is the small things, the common sense. As I would like to say it as common sense. These are very basic things, follow-ups, then accounts, scheduling everything, knowing the itinerary, getting your geography very clear. These are very basic things which you as a tourism student are expected to remember. So internship is the pathway you would brush up your skills which you learned in the course, in the due course of time of your 3 years, I think, your degree. So this is internship actually allows you to get everything practical. So I would say that internships are like a science degree. कि पहले we studied it in a book and now we are doing it as a practical, just to know how good are we. If we are not good, let's improve, let's progress. If we are bad in some, like if we did any mistake, like for me, I did a mistake in TTF, like while while selling the itinerary to one of the B2B client, I actually skipped one route. And I was very guilty about it. Like, how can I do this? I, being such a bright student, and I consider myself being such a bright student. How can I do this? So it's okay. It's okay. It happens. But you should move on. There are other people coming on. So that sad face won't help you. You should always have a smile. You should always have a welcoming attitude. And when I talk about right now, like after Gujarat Tourism, I started my own company. So my company is called as SS Travel. We are based in Maharashtra. Like I started my journey from Bangalore. I studied from Bangalore, and in the due course of my studies, I started my company as well. It was a startup, just a night idea, and I just made it click. So now we are a fully fledged travel company. We do international tours, we do domestic tours, and recently, 3 to 4 months back, we have started with our own adventure wing and eco tourism wing, which we are currently doing it in Maharashtra due to the COVID restrictions. It is just limited to a state, but very soon in the near future, we'll be extending it to Gujarat, extending it to Karnataka, Kerala. So these are some plans going on, and I can proudly say that my learning base has been strengthened just because of Gujarat Tourism, Gopi ma'am and their team. And on this happy note, I end my I would not say speech because that sounds boring. So I would end my I would rest my journey over here. And students, if you have any doubt, you can contact me and post this thing. You can just ask your doubts to me, like how can I start up on, how can I get into the industry. And I'm sure we have along with me there are many other experts who are over here. I'm still over here, so we will be able to address you better. And as Gopi ma'am told, like this session is not at all boring. This is one of the interesting topics which we are covering. So students, don't just sit back, ask your questions, get your doubts cleared. Let's get to know each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rishi. And I would just add one more thing about Rishi. Last year, after my campaign was launched, he started his startup company. And at that time, there were many colleges who were facing admissions where, they were canceling their admissions from the different colleges. And I was listening to this, and we were just finding out how can we find a solution to this. And I was meanwhile talking to my ex-interns, if their colleges were facing the same issues or not. I won't mention the names. But then Rishi was like, ma'am, let's do a webinar on what are the opportunities upcoming in the tourism industry. And proudly, I would say that this guy have actually learned a lot. He brought almost 300 plus students in that webinar. And the only thing I had to manage was to bring down the best speakers for that evening. And the session was for just 45 minutes. But I think, Rishi, if I'm not wrong, we extended till 2 hours.
Yes,
300
yes, we
plus
did.
students he managed to bot. He made a Google form, and we still have the data if anyone is, in doubt that, what we have done or not. But yes, this is the thing what he initiated. He just wanted a support from us. This was on a basis of respect. Again, tourism is like keep smiling, keep helping, keep respecting, and you definitely go. You definitely. And we had one of the speakers over there. He's one of the youngest startup company for medical tourism, and he doesn't bring from India. He bring down people from the Arab countries to India, from Gujarat and to the Karnataka state, because it has one of the best medical facilities. So when you join with this public sector tourism boards, or any kind of private sectors, make sure that you know what products they are selling. Medical tourism, responsible tourism, ecotourism, whatever you are studying is actually works. It actually works. So you should be very clear when you are going to any particular country or state or even a small city, what is best of that. So these are the things. When you turn out from a public sector, you get good amount of exposure, good amount of network. Have to build your network. Have these small things work. Like while listening it's boring, but when you actually start working on that, it plays a very important role. Now we have second intern is Shesha. Shesha, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. Shesha, over to
Uh,
you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hi, guys. Hope you're having a good day. My name is Sesh Sai. So basically, to start with, I'm a student like you guys are.
Sorry,
So I'm an MBA.
video is not visible, sir.
One second. I think it should be now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Continue,
Okay, guys.
Shesha.
Hi.
Yeah.
So just like you guys, I'm also a student. I'm an MBA graduate. I'm doing my second year MBA in Christ University. So I should first thank of Jyoti Niwas College and Gujarat Tourism and mainly ma'am for giving me this opportunity to speak over here. I think it's a good journey that I had with Gujarat Tourism, and like it is one of my best experience to say. So I'm a student from a UG commerce background, and I was working for 1.5 years in the travel companies. So I worked on a private startup of travel company. So I had an interest towards inclined towards travel. But later on, once I came to the PG level of learning on travel, I understood that what I experienced is just the topmost skim layer of what it is. And there are a lot more things that I can learn on day-to-day basis on this industry. And fortunately, I was able to get the best of the internships during my UG period, that is with Gujarat Tourism, and I was able to work closely with ma'am and Kavita ma'am. So I learned a lot of things basically on the admin. As I was in the commerce department, I was able to handle and learn more things related and inclined to the office space of the tourism industry. So not just the tourism industry starts alone with the travel planning and itinerary selling alone. There are a lot of background works also that goes into it. So basically, compared to a private company and a government organization, public sector government organizations, like there's a lot more differences in what is applied on the day-to-day basis. Like starting from the admin job and all the accounts filing and everything. So like if you're looking for a private company, it's either on a small scale, or even if it's a large scale, it's going to be inclined towards that one particular thing. But while it is connected towards the public sector companies like state-owned Gujarat Tourism or something, you have a lot of experience and exposure to learn, because they work with a lot of different states. They work with different tourism boards. They combine, and you have a lot of exposures and experience with like people. you get to meet a lot of people. So I really wanted to thank them for giving me that opportunity in learning that. And so starting with, I joined in as an intern like for 3 months period. So it was for started with the admin job. In admin job, it started with getting approvals for the meetings, organizing the client meetings with the travel consultants and other things. And we also had to find what the client's requirement was. We all always, like most of the time during the pre-pandemic period, we had like most of the times where people come and walk into the office, and we have to learn, like understand their requirements. They have certain doubts and questions while they wanted to have a plan to Gujarat. They wanted to travel to Gujarat. They wanted to learn what is the state that has to offer. And we were able to, like, I am from a different background, so I was basically from south. I'm from Tamil Nadu, so I just got a lot of exposure in learning about a different state. So initially, like ma'am said, that we there are students, there are people who doesn't know parts like of its state, like what is special over there. If someone asks me what is special over in Kerala right now, I I have a few things, but I don't know in detail as such as so experts who are there. So I got a lot of things that I learned from the team with regards to Gujarat. So I think I'll be able to manage to give a lot of info about Gujarat and its tourism in the perspective. So later than that, we also worked in the accounts department. So accounts department where we started with the filing of the bills. There are a lot more things. There's just then your monotonous daily monotonous job. So while you're working on a public sector company, so it is like where you have different kinds of experiences in day-to-day basis. It won't be your daily monotonous job that you go, you do this thing, come back. So you get to experience, like, if there might be a client's issue a day, like, which is different, totally different, or something that the client wants to know, like you wanted to get knowledge on something, or like it might be new that you wouldn't even know that existed, like till that point. So it there is something that where I experienced was during one of the time where, like, one of the clients who traveled, they had an issue with their car pickup. So I had this experience of, like, getting to know how to handle a client in the first basis, like experiencing a customer relationship perspective itself is something different for us. Like, you have to understand their need, what is their problem, you have to be ready to give them a proper solution on time. So that you will be able to learn a lot more in this public sector organizations more than any other private sector organizations. And like uh with filing with accounts, GST, I don't know, like most of the private sector companies that they do give interns all this kind of jobs right now. But I, as in, I had this personal opportunity where I was able to learn how the process of a state-owned company enterprises, that how they file their GSTs, how they do their billings. And it was also like we had this way of, like, how is the amount credited and how it is deposited in the accounts, how is it, how the transaction works and everything. And also one of the other good thing that I learned during this process is, like, we had to contact different kinds of agency, like industrial agencies, construction agencies, where we have to pitch in our ideas on, like, different mice travel ideas or meetings, organizing their meetings. We got to bring up clientele. We had this opportunity of bringing up clientele. So sales pitching is doesn't get over with your kind of private vacation planning or something. There's such more, like, vast things that you can understand and learn from all this thing. Like we wanted to go from office to office, like reach out to the people. We have to give in our ideas, and we, like, why they can have their meetings, or like they can have their organization events in Gujarat, and what is the opportunity that they get from it, and what kind of experience it would be. So this is one of the things that we had. And another most important thing is, like, sports tourism. Sports tourism that we like this, like it is one of the most growing part right now. and sports, mainly cricket. Cricket is kind of one of the favorite thing for all of us, like most of us in India. So to be frank, Gujarat has one of the biggest stadiums also. So we were able to contact different sports academies where they wanted to have like continuously in Gujarat, like mostly for cricket, basically there are more events that happens, tournaments and events that happens, particularly in going on basis. So we wanted to use this opportunity and bring in sports tourism established in Gujarat much more vast. So we contacted the tournament agencies and things. Then we wanted them to have their tournaments and like people join on these tournaments in Gujarat, so that not more than experiencing the tournament alone, they get to experience the tradition and the culture of Gujarat as well. They get to go and learn things in Gujarat. They get to have a beautiful time spent over there in the destination. So that is one of the thing. And I just wanted to share a last heading kind of thing that basically is of database collection. So uh, being our generation or our millennials, like we are more inclined towards data, I think. So data and database is kind of being the most important perspective of business going forward. So we had like we wanted to use this opportunity and establish Gujarat tourism in much more better way. Like we wanted to have our own databases in proper, like compared to a private company, private sectors do have like databases and their own source of suppliers or like their own source of ideas or facts and things. But we as a public sector company, we have a lot of opportunity open to us. And also like we wanted to collect all this data, like it includes small things like what is the cuisine that you can like, so some including a particular dish or something that you wanted, from starting from that to one of the biggest like things like hotels in which what kinds of room is there and everything. So all this comes under data, and compilation of this data and like creating a proper record of this data is much more important in travel industry. Because like if a customer requires something that he wants, you should be having the data to give him that information first. So that made us understand the value of data. Like I understood like it 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 is kind of one of the crucial things to keep in record of, like because if you aren't able to collect everything properly, or if you made a mistake in collecting of such data, that could result in a big mishap later on. So like starting from the flight seatings or like from the room type, if you aren't able to give them the proper kind of information, you can lose a client also, or you can make the experience of the client bad. So that is one of the major things that I learned in Gujarat tourism. So I think this is one of the best 3 months internship that I spent, and I learned a lot of things, and I was able to get out of my public speaking issues also. I'm kind of an introvert person who I had fear in contacting with ma'am or like speaking up. She used to give us ideas, and she used to like cheer us up in places where we weren't able to open up properly. So she used to guide us. I wanted to thank everyone on this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, like Sesha is very right. He was a very introvert and very silent, but very polite guy. Okay, you can't get angry on him. But I was like, Sesha, you have to do it. You can't just sit quiet. How you are going to finish your target? Like we have few task targets. Okay, but he was so initial 2 3 days. I think he was very uncomfortable. Like, oh, madam, बहुत चला रहा है. But then he was like, okay, madam, I want to do it, and he did it. And I think he is again a very good intern in terms of when I talk, okay, if I am not there and if he come down to the office and if there is any client, I'll be like, Sesha, take it. And he'll take it. It's nothing like, this relations we share. And then now he's one of like, if anyone is looking down to learn how to talk to a client, I think he sets an example, and we have also certified him for this thing. So I think Sesha have this quality of quick learner and very polite, very polite. The next is Harsh.
Am
Harsh,
I audible?
yeah, you are. Please.
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name
Sir,
is Harsh Mehta.
sorry, your video is. Can you just on?
Actually, my video is on.
It's not
Yeah, not able to see you. Yeah.
No, the video is on. I've kept it on only throughout the meeting, I mean.
But we
Can you, others can just put off the video and.
okay, let's see that.
Yeah, now it's good.
Yeah,
Now it's game, sir.
yeah. Hello everyone. So my name is Harsh Mehta. And I would like to express my gratitude to especially Gopi ma'am for giving me this opportunity, and especially to the Jyoti Nivas family, and considering that these are the days of the 43rd founding day of Gujarat Tourism, that you have organized this national level workshop in collaboration with us on this particular day. It is kind of a big deal for us in terms of that. And talking about my perspective in the internship training, I would like to just let you know about my own background. Uh, for UG, I have done engineering. So I come from the background of engineering, which is from the science background. And if we, from the educational perspective, look at it for the tourism thing, it is either falls on arts or it falls on commerce. So it was kind of a different ball game for me. So when I came to Bangalore for my, so I did UG in engineering, and then I shifted the courses to tourism in PG. So when I came to Bangalore and when I was supposed to take up an internship, so when you are not from the background typically, so what you do, like generally as a student, is you go for comfort. Like that's what the situation is for anyone. Like, and it's not bad. I mean, if you are starting off in a new industry, you would want comfort. So me being from Gujarat and me knowing that there's an opportunity at Gujarat Tourism in Bangalore, so I applied for it and got the internship over there. And in beginning, I was really hesitant in asking questions as well, because to be honest, I didn't want to sound stupid. But the questions that came in my mind was kind of that. But because that is because of me not having that enough knowledge of the market as well as of the destinations and the organization as well. So from the educational perspective, if we see, like the students must be learning about tourism resources and products. Yeah. So in the products, we can assume the attractions. So when I got into the internship training at the start, so Pramod ji was the in charge in teaching us the itinerary programming. So if I particularly talk about itinerary programming, there are like different aspects in it. Like first of all, you need to know about the locations. Like even though, like if someone is being from Karnataka listening to this, and if you are born and brought up in Karnataka, there's quite a chance that you would not know all the places that are there in Karnataka, or not know the particular destinations or which are offbeat destinations. So that was the case with me. So I got to know about a lot of new attractions, considering the fact that Gujarat has over like 1600 kilometers just coastline of it, which is the largest in India. So that makes a lot of region just on the coastline to cover as a tourist attractions. And also the religious tourism is a big part of it. So starting off with the aspects of itinerary making, from Pramodji, I learned about the geography is very important. The routing of an itinerary is quite important. Depends where it starts as well. Most of the itineraries, if you are going to Gujarat, will start from Ahmedabad, because of the Ahmedabad airport being the with the highest connectivity as well. Pramodji was previously talking about the conditions of the roads. What is the situation of the weather over there? Should they travel in this particular month or not for this particular destination? So that is what you need to know before you try to make an itinerary. from the perspective of geography, like where is this place situated? Do we need to include this in itinerary? If we include this in itinerary, can we complete the whole itinerary in the given days or not? What is the route of the itinerary? That matters as well. Then looking at the perspective of transportation. So from the transportation, mostly, as I said, like most of the itineraries would start from Ahmedabad, but there are the options of starting it from Rajkot and Baroda up to your convenience. So the transportation rates according to the vehicle might just be different compared to Ahmedabad and Baroda. So if you are making an itinerary, let's say someone, a group of 5 people coming from Bangalore, they just want to, for an example, just see Statue of Unity. So they don't need to go to Ahmedabad. They can take the flight to Baroda. So now the transportation cost from the Baroda city would apply. So these are some of the aspects that you need to know about. Then comes the part of quite essential part of accommodation. So the accommodation part, in what I got to learn, first, the Gujarat tourism itself, under the banner of Toran hotels and cafes, have 18 accommodations and 8 cafeterias spread across the Gujarat. Pramodji was talking about the networking. So like, how do we know that sitting in Bangalore, that this is the condition of the roads, or this is the situation or weather or situation over there? So these are the 18 hotels, 8 cafeterias, and the ministry, as well as we have a regular supply to that hotels from the city, or the to the cafes as well. So these are the information that we get from their on live location. So we are quite, let's say, if in the start of this year, the tourism had reopened, but because of the lockdown situation, no one knew that what is the situation over there. Like, is the roads good? Are the roads good? Not. So that is when these contexts come in handy. So this is what I got to learn from there. Then talking about, let's say, the meetings. The meetings, before that, I would say it starts with calling from the office. So me not being from the background of tourism, it was quite a fiery kind of a feeling for me. Like, if I call, what if they ask me this? What if they ask me that? Like, what should I speak? What should I not speak? Was one of the concerns. And Kavita ma'am, Pramodji, and Gopi ma'am were there to help me throughout. Also, they also bared my stupid questions as well. So that is not the case, because what the problem with the students is that we are in fear to ask something. So like, the problem of like inferiority of like, if I ask her or him this, what would she or he think of me? Actually, when you are doing an internship, that shouldn't be the case, because you are there to learn. The title itself of the seminar is saying prospects and challenges of internship training. What is prospect? Is basically something that you look forward to in future. Like prospect, like the theoretical knowledge that you want to put into experience. That is what your prospect is, and it would come out good. That is what your prospect is. So that is how it goes from, particularly about calling, as I was saying. So from the calling perspective, calling the existing traveling agent which are in partnership with us from Karnataka as well into the Gujarat, getting to know whether there are some concerns, especially post COVID. There were some concerns, so talking them through that. Then comes the marketing. So the marketing aspect, if we see, so from the marketing aspect, generally what a government organization does is like emailing and calling are the main basis of it. But since this is the new age of social media has come up, and because of like social media, you can't go and do the meeting by yourself. So there were online meetings held as well. From the social media marketing perspective, I would see like Instagram is one of the most essential part of any student life or anyone's life, in fact. Like it's not limited to students as of now. So like making content on social media has become really essential to be in the market as well. So it's not just that like the private sectors are making this social media content, but it's the government organizations as well coming into this. So that is the idea over there. Then Gopi ma'am was just talking about the government organization meeting. She was talking especially about Vidhan Sabha meeting. So the biggest learning that I had from there, like I am quite like organized person, but I am quite like that this is how it should go. This is how it should be. Like that is how like kind of a person I am. But when you go for a government meeting, like there are some certain protocols that you need to follow. Like there will be some times that you will be just sitting there for 5 hours and no one will even ask you. So the patience is the biggest learning from those meetings. Then talking about because of the confidentiality, of course, I can't take the names of the colleges, but going to the colleges and organizing the meetings over there with the HOD as well as the principal. So from there, because at this particular time, there are no events that can be held offline. So the maximum percentage of work here comes is online. So like webinars or seminars. Then when everything opens up again, like there are the perspectives of, let's say, for an example, having an Makar Sankranti festival at the college site, because like Makar Sankranti or Navratri, in fact, like those are like the basic culture and traditions of Gujarat. And if you combine that with culinary tourism, which is gastro tourism as of now, like that is the perfect combination. So if we like have food stalls with the learning of culture and tourism as well, that can be the best idea out of it. Then webinars and seminars on particular kind of tourism, like general tourism idea we have, like you being the students know about what is the products, what are the resources, like what are the practices or policies of tourism of a particular kind. But for like particular about type of tourism, let's say for an example, like in Kutch, like we have like tourism dedicated to particular rural tourism and handicrafts tourism as well. So those are the kind of tourism. Then Sesha mentioned about sports tourism. In particular of sports tourism, there is a segment of golf tourism. So that is what Gujarat tourism is promoting as of now. So those are the learnings. Like as soon as you get information, like information is the first thing that comes up to you, and then it is like eventually you learn like how to apply it. Like if I just know like there is a segment of like particular golf tourism, but if I don't know where, why, and where, like where are those golf courses, or like how it can be made in an itinerary, or how can we pitch in Bangalore to a particular golf association or something, that you can organize a tournament there. But if I don't know the information well, then that is I don't see the point of it. Then particular MICE tourism we were talking about. So there are some particular destinations in MICE tourism. So from the, just as I was saying, information is the biggest key. So like Run of Kutch, Tent City is the location of MICE tourism for winter season. And Statue of Unity, which is the largest statue in the world, is for the summers MICE tourism as well. So different types of events, like holding a seminar on this as well. Then IITM being the biggest event of my life, like practical life, and this year we got to be there, since it even though it was like a B2B situation. But people coming from the different background and strata and meeting them, letting them know about what you know, them letting me know that what are the perspective, what are the situation in the market as of now, opens your eyes to a different world. So those are the major learnings from me being an intern from Gujarat Tourism, and I would like to thank Miss Gopi Vishrulia ma'am, Pramod ji, and Kavita ji for bearing my stupid questions as well as imparting knowledge on me about the industry. So, and in the end, I would like to thank Jyoti Niwas family for giving me such a precious chance of me expressing my experience of internship. So, with that, I would like to end. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsh. That was so
Thank you.
productive review and feedback. And it is glad to have you also. For Harsh, I would say he was, as he mentioned, he was a very organized guy. Okay, this thing should happen in this way. This should happen in this way. And I remember it was around some meeting in Vedant Soda. I took him and like, let's take some intern and go and let them experience how we work. And he got pissed off in like half an hour. Like, madam, aapko kyun wait kara rahe hai? You know, we waited for like almost three to 3.5 hours, and we had to wait because it was a minister meeting. We can't do anything, and we are always ready. Okay, we'll always feed ourselves before going to any of the meetings. We don't wait for lunch timings. We always have heavy breakfast, and then we'll be going to office. But that day when he saw that I'm so chilled out waiting for like 3.5 hours, we are just interacting with the local staff. We are just having fun. From that day till date, I think Harsh is one of the most happiest intern to go for meetings, and he'll be not only waiting for 3 hours, he has been waiting for 5 to 6 hours also. So Harsh, that is like a very big achievement after you joined us. And yeah, if anyone have questions, we can just go ahead with that. Manisha ma'am or Mikhail or Praveen, any of you are there? Meanwhile, students just get in touch with us. It's a very happy place to be in. Tourism is a really happy world. We always say this. Keep smiling, keep rocking around, and internships. It's just a small, you know, thing, but if you get into it, it's one of the best fields to grow. You can be an IT guy, you can be engineering guy, or whatever your background is. Tourism always welcomes every student. So over to you, Manisha ma'am.
Okay, actually, on behalf of some of the students, I just would like to ask what is the procedure to get a internship in your organization? Is there
Okay.
any particular way? Yeah, we
Okay,
have to
so nothing.
procedure.
You just have to do us an email and on your college letterhead, and we'll be just having a small interview with you guys just to know how much passionate you are to do internship, because we have a very limited number of seats. For 3 months, the internship goes, or 45 days, whatever is your this thing as per your college norms, and it is only for 3 to 4 hours in a day. Then gradually we increase your number of hours, and we also request the college people to be very flexible when we take them for exhibitions or we take them for the meetings. So to adjust their lectures, because everything is going online. So this is only a simple way to go around.
Okay, so okay, that's really nice to know. Apart from that, I just also would like to know, the question by one particular student, is there any stipend offered to the student?
No, not for time being, but
Okay.
after they complete graduations, if they are doing masters, there is a form known as apprenticeship, which is after
Okay.
graduation, where they get a minimum stipend of 10 to 12K per month.
Okay.
But they would be also mentioned in our office staff as well. So they are not actually the interns. They'll be doing an apprenticeship with us.
Apprenticeship.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, So here we come to an end of this particular workshop. We are very truly overwhelmed with such a resourceful session. Lots of effort has put in to cater descriptive information on various operational aspects of State Tourism Department of Gujarat. With good feedback was arranged with various former interns who already worked for Gujarat's tourism department. That is commendable. And we got really a lot of information. I hope the students community also out there got a lot of valuable information that you have imparted. Okay, so before I go ahead, I just would like to mention that all the students and attendees, this is a information for very important information for all the students and attendees. Please kindly note the link for the attendance come feedback is shared in the chat box. Once you fill the attendance certificate, only you will get the once you fill the feedback form, only you will get the attendance certificate. Kindly note, I am repeating again, in the chat box, there is a feedback link has been shared. You have to click on that feedback link and fill up the various questions and details asked over there, and kindly ensure that you are filling it and submitting it. Then only you will be getting the attendance certificate. This link will not be shared by email or in any WhatsApp group. Please note that this link will not be shared in any email or in WhatsApp group. Once the event is over, this link also will not be, it will not be alive. So till it is alive, you are supposed to click on it and fill it. Okay, I hope I'm clear. I'm very much clear. I hope I'm clear. If you have any doubts, you can, give any, you can fill the chat box is given there. You can just write any questions if you have any queries regarding the attendance link. Okay. So we will share we will handle any questions if you have at the moment. Apart from that, any questions related to the session also, if you have, you can also put that questions over here till we are live. Okay, so now I would like to invite our head of the department, Dr. Anila Thomas, Tourism and Travel Management Department, Jyoti Nivas College, Autonomous, to express and acknowledge her gratitude.
Ma'am, one second, ma'am. Priya Krishna here. It will be better if we confirm with the students if they can receive, they have received the link or not. Any of the student can send a yes, so that we will confirm that they have received it.
It will be in the chat box. If they are attending, it has to be in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am. That's what. If they can see it, then any of the student who can see it, please write yes, so that we will confirm that you have received the link. One of the student, any of the student can message. Ma'am, you can proceed. I will check that message.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Very good afternoon to all of you. It's my great pleasure and honor to be, part of the event. I am really grateful to Ms. Gopi Visrolia, and the entire team. Okay, with a short notice, you have really, done a very wonderful, contribution to the student community. You have just, helped us, what are the kind of, the kind of steps they should take forward to enter into the public sector, part of the team, working with you as a team. And it's a great learning experience, we'll be waiting for all of you. From the management, from the principal, Dr. Sister Lalita Thomas, the entire teaching faculty of Tourism Department of Jyoti Nivas College, I really extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the participants who attended this workshop. We'll be looking forward for future collaborative activities with Gujarat Tourism Corporation. I really extend my gratitude to Miss Gopi and also the team. Like no, very in a short notice, no, not able to recollect the names, but still, always it is our pleasure to be part of the private as well as public sector. We really need their support for the student community also. I think no, Gopi, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can. And it was really a pleasure, ma'am. It's just
Yes.
because of your, the way you were excited to bring a workshop, and I have like just met you once. But the way
Yes.
we share our, views and the way we work, I think that is again an example of tourism. Seriously. So
Yes, yes,
it is
yes.
a great pleasure to be a part of this, and we are
Thank
looking
you
for
so much.
many
Thank
more
you.
projects with you guys.
Yes,
And we just
thank
want
you
to
so much.
promote youth. That is the main concern.
Yes, yes, it
So
will continue. Even we are also assuring that no, our student team as well as the entire student community who no, represented the whole Indian student fraternity, tours of fraternity. We will also know looking forward no, to have more occasions to interact. Thank you
And
so
ma'am,
much.
the
Yes,
last thing, we got appreciation from different tourism boards that Jyoti Nivas College is doing such a great workshop at national level. I
thank you
mentioned
so
yesterday
much.
also, today also, and even my MD sir and my secretary sir have appreciated the efforts done by the college. So this
Thank
is
you.
a kind of achievement, ma'am, when we do this kind of workshops. There was no presentation, there was no pictures around, there was no music, nothing. It was just showing the practical knowledge, discussing with the students. So this helps them a lot. So thanks to you for all your efforts.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
End up.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.